Have you ever known someone who wouldn't give up on a dream even though everyone else thought it was crazy? This next story is about a woman in the Uptown neighborhood whose dream was to start a totally free music school. Today, that school is 30 years old.
What does this bottom number tell us?
The quarter note gets one beat.
That's right. 4 tells us the quarter note gets 1 beat.
These days, the People's Music School has 350 students, adults and children. It's got its own building, and there's a full schedule of classes, private lessons, and concerts. And it's all free.
Time signature, right?
The People's Music School was founded by this woman, Rita Simo, in 1976. But the story begins many years earlier and many miles away.
I was born in the Dominican Republic, and I studied piano there. I started taking piano lessons when I was 5 years old. I had my first concert when I was 6.
In the 1940s, a musically gifted child in the Dominican Republic was trained for free at the National Conservatory. Rita started there at age 10. At 22, she won a full scholarship to Juilliard in New York City. And as a student there, she performed in public schools around New York.
What I noticed was as I went giving concerts and I started talking to people, I encountered a lot of people who say, oh, I would love to play. I wish I could afford it, but I can't afford it. And at the same time, in order to become an American citizen, I had to study American history and democracy. Oh, the word democracy was all over the place and everything. And, well, music education was not democratic. I mean, if you don't have money, you don't learn. So I began to talk about starting a school free of charge. And of course, people say, you're crazy.
Everyone told her she could never do this alone, that she'd have to be part of an organization. And there was one organization that she thought might help her.
I didn't have any organization that I knew other than the Catholic Church. So I became a nun.
She entered a convent in Wisconsin, taught music at Rosary College in River Forest, and along the way, got a PhD in music.
Every year, I talked to the head nun and I said, you know, this is very nice, but what I want is the school. And she said to me, yeah, you will, but you know, no. Eventually, it became clear that it wasn't going to happen.
So Rita left the church and took her dream with her. In Chicago, she got to know people that were part of a progressive, poverty-fighting organization known as the Catholic Worker Movement.
And it was the first time people did not say to me, you're crazy. They all say, yeah, that's a good idea. We will help you.
So in 1976, a former beauty salon in the Uptown neighborhood became the People's Music School.
I had $625. I rented the place for $200 a month.
So 1, 2.
By the end of the first year, we had about 98 students.
There are no auditions and no income requirements, but enrollment is limited, and every year people line up outside to try to get the open spots. And just because the school is free doesn't mean it's easy.
I want you to understand it's a free school, but you're not going to waste my time. Therefore, the students have theory classes and they have homework to do. They have to practice their instrument because at the end of the semester they have a jury to perform.
Also, parents and adult students must contribute 3 hours of work each month, doing everything from cleaning up to working in the office.
Okay, so
In the beginning, the teachers volunteered. Now they are paid, but not what they might make somewhere else.
We have 33 teachers that teach 13 different instruments plus theory and voice. Most of them are professional musicians that perform in other places.
Like Terrence Gray, who conducts the Chicago Youth Symphony Orchestra and plays with the Chicago Sinfonietta and the Joffrey Ballet.
When I was growing up, music was part of the school system. Here, when I came to Chicago, I found out that there's very little orchestral or string instrument orientated programs around the city. And violin lessons are expensive, you know, and so I just wanted to give something back because I was very lucky.
The People's Music School also offers free concerts that are open to the community. Sometimes the performers are students, but often they are professional artists like the Maya Quartet. In this concert, the quartet was joined by guest artist John Bruce Ye, a clarinetist with the Chicago Symphony for 30 years.
The People's Music School is sort of like a family. It's such a nice environment, and the hall over here is very friendly acoustically, and so it's just a nice place to play.
There is more to life than having food to eat and clothes to wear and a place to stay. But once you have those things, there is a spiritual dimension of the human person. I don't think that people that don't have any money should be deprived of that development. And so that's my thing.
The People's Music School will hold its annual Student Winter Concert this Saturday afternoon at 2. It's at the People's Church in Uptown.